Welcome to Subramani. If you have read Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers, you will realize that he talks of something called the 10,000 hour rule, or what does it take, how many hours of practice does it take to become good in a particular field where practice helps. I think he's missed out the word where practice helps, because many people think that to be a good, it's easy to understand, to be a good cricketer and you practice for 10,000 hours, of course it will help. If you have been a chess player, it might help. Any game, very likely that if the skill depends on the hours of practice, it will very likely that it will help. Does the same thing hold true for something like investing? I doubt whether that 10,000 hours of practice, what does 10,000 hours of practice mean? Does it mean 10,000 hours of trading? I don't think 10,000 hours of trading makes you a better investor. 10,000 hours of reading, I'm sure it will help, but that is not enough, right? So welcome to the world of investing. It's a little funny, because most of us realize that it can hardly be taught. The only way to learn is go and do a 3-year stint with Mukesh Ambani or an Uday Kotak or Vallabh Bansali or somebody like that. May not even be Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, but go and work for them for 3-4 years very intensively, ask questions, read, and that might prepare you better. Does a degree like a chartered accountancy or CFA or MBA with finance, does it really help you become a good investor? I don't know, but it definitely gives you the tools which, if somebody is talking about, you will understand. If somebody says XIRR or CAGR or fundamental analysis, you need a course which takes you through the basics of all this. So yes, it might help, but it's not sufficient. Getting a CA degree or getting a CFA degree is not sufficient. It is perhaps a necessary conditions. I think Sunil Singhania is one who is a CA and CFA. Then Vallabh Bansali is a chartered accountant. Rakesh is a chartered accountant. So those degrees surely help, but is that sufficient? No, I think there are many chartered accountants who have no clue how markets function. All their money would be kept in savings bank accounts or bank fixed deposits. They don't. So the degree is a decent starting point at best, and not something which is what you can say sufficient. I don't think investing can be taught that way. Nor will 10,000 hours of trading help you. In fact, 10,000 hours of trading is more likely to ruin you, and the word practice makes perfect does not hold while you're investing, because investing requires a lot of things. It requires understanding the behavior of human beings, which is psychology. It involves the patience of a kindergarten teacher or a nursery teacher, because you're going to say the same things again and again to your customers. And the customers have to believe it because you are saying it, not because you're saying something new, because this has been said years ago, right? JP Morgan would have said it to his clients, and every investing expert would have said that it takes time, it requires patience, etc., right? So it's very difficult to be a very good quality investor or even a good quality investment advisor, right? It's clear that whether in any other sport practice helps, but all these disciplines are not really equal. In investing, what happens is deliberate practice is not a great predictor of success, because you do not know what to practice. Does reading a book on Buffett help? Does reading a book on Soros help? Does reading a book called Investing the Templeton Way help? Right? These are good investors. They've been very lucky and right time, right place, disciplined. They had all of this. But to say which is more important, is luck more important than skill? Is skill more important than luck? Doesn't really matter. We really can't say that, right? I don't think any one single school can teach you. What all helped me in becoming a decent investor, I'm nowhere near good, is a few years of practice as a legal person. I wouldn't say lawyer, because I'm not qualified to be a lawyer, but Yeah, I used to be part of legal teams which went to Supreme Court. I've gone with 5 such clients. That also helped because it taught you how the best legal brains in the world, at least the best legal brains in India work. It showed you how an investor worked, how a person, when he was fighting, what did the promoter do, what did the institutions do. You learnt all these things on the way. Could I have deliberately created this in the course? Doubtful. And if I had said go and work for a few years with or without fees with people who will go to the courts, I do not know how many people will do it. I got that work and I learnt a lot. Being a company secretary or qualified as a company secretary or whatever doesn't really matter, but I've done a lot of cases at the company law board, right, while I was doing my articles for ACS. So that helped. You knew how the company law, how the whole structure works. Doing audits helped. So it's so many things put together. Do I have 10,000 hours of practice? Yes, I have, because 40 years I've been in this. So knowing the right people, seeing what they're doing equity research. I've done equity research, I've sold research reports, so that helped, right? I don't think there is a standardized path to becoming a good investor or a great investor. There is no single path. I don't think Vallabh Bhansali and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala took the same path, or Damani took the same path. They all took similar paths, their paths crossed, they did things which were correct, and obviously they got more things right than things wrong. There is one very important thing. Luck triumphs all the skill and practice in this profession. Can you imagine? I'm just standing near a hospital. Somebody comes and says, will you please perform brain surgery on my brother? And I look at him and say, what's wrong with you, right? You expect a brain surgeon to go through a 5-year course, first in MBBS, then he does his MS, then he may do his MD, and then you need to see him perform many hours of operations, right? Skill. Exactly like how you would want your pilot to be. So many hours of flying, etc. So you want so many hours of surgery and all that, and then you say this man is a good surgeon. It's not true. That's not true in the investing world. Anybody goes and says, I've become a financial advisor. He starts giving advice. He picks up a couple of schemes or a couple of stocks. They do well. And then suddenly he claims that, oh, I'm a great investment advisor. He is just trying to use his luck and say that is skill. That is not true. There can't be any, because there can't be any particular practice. I mean, we have seen doctors turning investment advisors. William Bernstein is a neurosurgeon who became one of the best writers in investing. See, making money investing is easier, but to become a thinker and write about it is not going to be very easy. But Bernstein did it. So different markets, different environments, different governments, different countries. I mean, you can't use the same logic which you use while investing in India, even while investing in Korea. Forget copying from India and taking it to the US. US has had a 10-year long bull run, and people believe it will continue. That's not true. One day it will go down. We have no clue when, but we keep investing. I have not removed all my money from US. Little bit of money I may have removed, but I'm also investing fresh money into US, right? So all these things put together make you a good investor. So you can't just copy what people have done in the past, right? Though of course I do think reading books like Wizards of the Market, I think I have it somewhere here, yeah, all those books, money, reading about money, reading about your brain, reading Jason Zweig, reading Daniel Kahneman, Thaler, right? All these things help. So you're reading books on psychology, you're reading books on how people will behave or how people have behaved in the past. It does not mean they will always behave like that. So understanding the logic why people behave in a particular way, Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow is the book that I was talking about. There is absolutely, and any amount of research does not tell you that you can predict how a person will behave in the future, even as an investing expert, right? So how do you guess what the markets will do?